Big Wolf on Campus, Season 3, Episode 5. Being Tommy Dawkins takes its name and plot, sort of, from the movie Being John Malkovich, in which, as explained, John Cusack finds a portal to John Malkovich's mind. So, yeah, that's the basic plot here. So we're introduced to Bucky Offendahl, who is a character we had never met before, but they knew. Apparently, before the series had started, he enacted swirlies on the entire O'Reilly 7. The clan O'Reilly siblings, including the twins. And so Merton ratted him out and he went to juvie for all those years, and now he's back. Okay, so something I want to mention. I thought there was a scene between Bucky and Tim Eckert where he's like, "Hey, listen to me. Where's your sister?" Oh, Travis went to trade. It explains where Travis is. But I guess that was a cut scene. I think the final episode is like clipped. There's deleted scenes, there's bloopers, there's best of stuff. Which we'll talk about when we get to that episode. So maybe it was a deleted scene, but so maybe TNT just aren't in this season, and this was the one episode where they brought Tim back, and we're like, you know what? We don't need him. So I don't remember either of them in this season, to be honest. So I don't know, but it was an explanation as to where Tim was, but you know. Yeah. So Bucky is trying to get revenge on Merton for sending him to juvie. He's even got a "You're Dead" pale face tattoo or something. So Merton runs into the janitor's closet to hide and finds a portal into Tommy's mind. Question: has it always been there? How has no one ever found it before? It's just been there, hidden all this time. How long has it been there? I don't know. Has it always been connected to Tommy's mind? Because that's an interesting question to put out there. But he's in there. Tommy's answered a question in social studies, I believe, or history class that he cannot get. However, Merton is able to correctly say it is the Monroe Doctrine, which Tommy answers. And when Merton tries to tell Tommy, "I was in your head," he doesn't believe him. He's like, "No way." He's like, "Monroe Doctrine, Tommy." "Huh? The Monroe Doctrine? That was you?" "Yeah, with the that was me in there with the And so, yeah, and he's like, "Merton, don't go in there again." He's like, Merton, it's weird. He ends up going in there again when he's talking to Lori. Lori was impressed by the Monroe Doctrine thing and kind of asked Tommy out on a date. During which Merton is like, because Merton helps him get the date, and he jumps up on the little chair that's in there, falls down, and it gives Tommy a headache or migraine, and a massive headache, which he tells Merton he cannot go in there again. So Tommy goes on his date with Lori, and Merton is stuck at school hiding in a little hobo camp, making macaroni and cheese with marshmallows for some reason. I don't know, but this marshmallows gets him to come up with the idea to cover himself with marshmallows so that when he falls in Tommy's head, it would soften the landing, I guess. This is how it works, right? So pardon me. So Merton, Tommy and Lori are at the date, and Tommy's just bombing. We're not a very good date. Lori's like, "You know what? I think I should just go home." And he's like, "What do I do?" Yeah. And Merton's like, "Tommy, tell her something about your werewolfness is, basically comparing it to puberty." He's like, "Well, other kids go through, but different." She's like, "You okay? You sound like Merton." "Yeah, And so that kind of And so they end up kissing. Tommy wolfs out, and then Merton notices that Bucky is spray painting something in the background. So he tries to tell Tommy to go after Bucky, but he won't do it. So Merton takes control that's in there. It takes control of Tommy to, take care of Bucky. He's like, hey, leave Merton Dingle alone and be nice to him. You give him a nice chilled bottle of Yoo-hoo, you ragamuffin. And so he takes control, and he goes out, and then he starts bragging, I scared Bucky off. Somehow, Bucky is already back at the school. And he tells Bucky that he's at the school to apologize to him there. But somehow Bucky's already back there that quickly? I don't believe that. And the next time we see him, he's in Tommy's head, and he has control of Tommy. I feel like there's something missing here. How did he know how to do it? How did he know exactly where the little thing was? Like, he came out of there so he could find it easy, I guess. But how did he know how to take control? They didn't know it was just this? I don't know. But Bucky in Tommy's body attacks Merton. Laurie shows up, and Merton's like, that's not Tommy. Bucky is inside Tommy's head. And says, okay, we gotta hide in here. Laurie says, we gotta hide in here. And it's a janitor's closet. They end up in Tommy's head. So they're gonna fight, and Merton gets knocked down, which gives Tommy a headache again. And Merton's like, Tommy, Bucky's inside your head. Go to the janitor's closet. That's where the secret thing is. So he goes in his own head. I've always had issues with this, okay? How does this work? He goes inside his head. So does that mean Tommy's body is just laying out there? For all intents and purposes, this should cause an aneurysm or something in his head that just... I don't know. It shouldn't work the way it does. But TV show, TV show. But, yeah, so they fight in there. And, I think, fell down again in there, and he gives Merton this dumbbell. Merton falls down, and it doesn't hurt Tommy now that he's inside the head. And they have a fight, which sends Bucky back out. And so Bucky is sent back to juvie, and they're gonna close up, much like with the well in season 1 for the Pleasantville Strangler. They're gonna close up the thing so nobody finds it again. And then Merton's vacuuming there. No vacuums. I couldn't imagine what it was like vacuuming inside your head, man. But but Laurie kind of hits them like, hey, you both worked your charm on me? One guy. So, this is a good episode. We never see Bucky again. It's another character that just comes and goes. We never see him again. But I've always liked this episode. Going kind of a Inception type deal with it. Never comes back again or anything, but you think you could set up some kind of plot like this happens, and then Tommy becomes an evil werewolf again or something. It's where he's like the syndicate comes back and he's turned into an evil werewolf, and he can't, or the syndicate is brought back and they find out about it and take over his body to create new werewolves using Tommy's body, using that, and that could work. Although I already kind of told you what happens with the syndicate, so but it could be something they could have done. But it's a fun little episode. These episodes are weird, don't have much of a connection to each other. Oh, one thing I want to mention, I just remembered. So there is a scene where Tommy's at his locker. Merton's in his head at this point. It's the second time he's in his head. And she brings up these photos. She goes, hey, I remember these pictures. This is right after we fought Merton's imaginary friend. The problem is, the picture is of how they look now. She's got long hair, his hair is poofy. That's not how they looked. when they fought Merton's imaginary friend. It's a current picture. Like, they took that picture and did it like that. Like, they went to a mall and did those pictures recently when they filmed this episode. That is not how they looked in that episode. Their hair is the way they are currently in this episode. So, yeah, no, continuity. This show's continuity is up the yin-yang wazoo wacko by this point. I mean, there still doesn't know what part of the year it is. So you know. Anyway, that is the episode, and it was, like I said, it was good. So we'll keep chugging along now with the next one.